All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua. Double honors to apostle and elders in New York, GMS. Salutations to the Aquaran world, teaching truth. And shalom to you, series Aquaf. My name is Maya Kaala, Bungad with Chicago branch of Great Millstone. I'd like to make a disclaimer that we are not black Hebrew Israelites. We are Israelites. The Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and speckled birds scattered abroad. Speckled birds are Israelites who look like other nations, but their father's paternal bloodline go back to the 12 patriarchs of Israel. And again, we are not black Hebrew Israelites. We are Israelites. Black is a color, not a nationality. We are not affiliated with any black identity or string groups. We are not affiliated with any Islamic groups. We are not affiliated with any militant groups, nor we are not affiliated with any disturbed individuals who claim to listen to Israelite groups. Yeah, right here, man, we have Vocab alone again, and we have field thoughts. All right, and just gonna show you how. Just basically, just show you how these Christians, they don't understand scriptures, they don't understand prophecy, and they don't understand history, right? In order to line it up, with the Bible. And you know, Vocab alone, he's a Edomite. He ain't gonna never get it. So the only thing he get is get from his programming. He get from the Most High to be wicked, to be evil. So that's the only thing he gonna get. So it's his job to come up against this truth, you know, and it's our job as Israelites, especially the prophets, the teacher, etc. Salat. Our job is to show our people the light, the truth. All right, and you know, Vocab again. His job is to try to keep people in darkness. All right. All right, so it's in Proverbs chapter 16, verse 4. It says, Yahweh had made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil, right? So Vocab is made to be wicked, man. So this is his job, man. All right. You know, and so let me get this. All right, every time I get a lesson, brothers chiming in. All right, be quiet and start a lesson, brothers start chiming in, man, or something, you know. All right, it says right here, Psalms 58:3. It says, the wicked are estranged from the womb; they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. All right, so Vocab alone is people. All right. All right, they are liars, man. All right, so that's Esau, nature, man. Esau, so-called white man. All right, because he's not white, he's red. All right, he'll very himself a red shade. All right, purpose examples above down here, man. All right, you see the Edomite, University of Notre Dame. All right. You can see he's definitely red, man. He's not white like some of this background is of this site. Okay. Alright, so right here.
An enemy.
And this guy, Phil Foss, he's a Gadite, so-called Native American. Alright. And another thing, well, I'll just play it. Alright.
Within Hebrew Israelism. Oh, right. And
all right, first of all, there's no such thing as Hebrew Israelism. All right, we're not a religion. We're a nation of people that consists of 12 families, 12 tribes, man. All right, there's no Hebrewism, no Israelitism, none of that stuff, man. All right, that's something that Vocab alone had made up. You know, because he knows we the Israelites. All right, like I said, again, his job to keep people in darkness. All right. It says right here, Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 1, now therefore hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes, unto the judgments which I teach you, for to do them that ye may live and go possess the land which Yahweh of your fathers giveth you. All right. From Job 7, it said, for what nation, all right, we're a nation, we're not a religion. All right, we're not Hebrewism, we're not Judaism, we're not Israelitism. All right, we are Israel. The correct way to say Yahshua means he, Prince of Power. I mean, we are sons of the true living power. All right, Yahweh, the one everybody in called God. And his son name is Yahweh, the one everybody in called Jesus. It says, for what nations they're so great, who have the most high so nigh unto them, as Yahweh our power is in all things we call upon him forth. And what nations they're great, has statute and judgment so righteous, as all this law which I set before you this day. All right, so we're a nation, not Hebrewism or Judaism or Israelitism. Okay. All right. And then they got their heads covered trying to teach. All right, let me get that. But they want to teach us how to be correct and anything. They think we doing something wrong. All right, so it said 1 Corinthians 11, verse 4. It said, every man praying or prophesying having his head covered dishonored his head. All right. So I'm gonna go there. Every woman praying or prophesying, every woman that prayeth or prophesy with her head uncovered, dishonor of her head, for there's even all one as if she were shaven. All right. It said, for if the woman be not covered, let her also be shorn. It be a shame for a woman to be shorn or shaven, let her be covered. For a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as the image of glory of Yahweh, but the woman is the glory of the man. All right. So, there you go, man. They got their heads covered trying to teach. And what they about to go over these prophecies, man. All right. So then he got shades on. he been looking at IUSBK too much, man. All right. He go. All right. But we rubbed off on the Israelites, man. He got his beard going on, everything, man. All right, but vocab's Esau. All right, but let's just play this. Let's go over what they talking about, what they think they know they talking about. All right.
Most Native American thought, which is what it makes me nervous, because this common enemy it's an easy target, if you will.
Yeah, the so-called white man.
There you go.
Yeah.
So can you explain to us what the view is of the...
It disturbs them, the common enemy. The so-called white man is your enemy. All right, by nature, man. You read that Genesis 25. All right.
And how they would then approach, if one person, let's say they approached a Native American person, or they've identified this person, seen that they're a little bit brown, and then they give them the whole spiel of, you are an Israelite, my brother, and then someone says, hey, well, let me know more about that.
See, we don't do that. We don't go around looking for people, man. All right. And the spirit brings those people to us, man. Matter of fact, it's a prophecy of that. All right. We don't go around looking for everybody. Hey, you look like a good candidate. We don't do that, man. All right. That's how you these people don't know anything, man. They don't, let me get this. Just bear with me, y'all. All right. Yeah, here go to probably Ezekiel 37. All right. It says, the word Yahweh came unto me. All right, this but the 12 tribe chart. All right, now Ezekiel one going around ancient times holding a 12 tribe chart. All right, because those particulars, because the 12 tribe chart deals with the Israelites living in the Western Hemisphere. Just because you're not on the 12 tribe chart for the Western Hemisphere don't mean you're not an Israelite. All right, like my family are Northern Kingdom, but we from Derbyshire, England. All right, we're Moors. All right, Moors are Israelites. Okay. Okay, our family lived among the tribe of Judah that was ruling England during the Dark Ages. All right. So that's just an example. All right, but anyway, it says is you know, all right. Okay, so it says Ezekiel 37 uh Ezekiel 30 if I ain't said my family tribe of Gad, anyway, just in case if I didn't mention it. All right, but anyway, it says Ezekiel 37 and 17. Salat, Ezekiel 37 and 15, it says, the word Yahweh came unto me again, saying, moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick, write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel, his companions. Okay. So yeah, the southern kingdom on top, Judah and Benjamin, Levi. For the children of Israel, all right, Ephraim all the way down to Issachar, all right, when y'all see the 12 tribe chart, his companions take thee another stick and write upon it for Joseph the stick of Ephraim, and for all of his house of Israel and his companions. Okay, so it's like a plank, all right. So right here it says it's like a wood plank, all right. That's why we got the boards up there, all right. So that's what a stick is. Okay, it says it said, write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, for all the house of Israel's companions, and join them one to another into one stick, and they should become one in thy hand. All right. So that's what this where is that? When you put 12 tribe chart, it'll pop up. Okay, 12 tribe chart. You see America going down. They try to bring the Animaniacs back. For this country, for this place finished, man. The mirth is gone, just like it said Isaiah 24. Alright. So go to 12 tribe chart. Alright, where everybody was infamous. You know, what is known for, alright. The big country version, this whole mess about that chart. Alright. So you had this, you got for Judah, all right, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, the southern kingdom. Then you got the northern kingdom, all right. So that's what Ezekiel, that's what the 12 chart come from, Ezekiel 37, all right. And again, Ezekiel wasn't walking around the 12 chart, man, because those certain, we ones scattering those particular nations, man. All right, during that time, man, you know. All right, get back to this video, because sometimes this computer do, man. All right. So we go back here. All right, so it says I'll continue reading it when I'm getting this.
A lot of times it was against the.
All right, so it says verse 18, Ezekiel 37, verse 18. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, will thou not show us what thou meanest by these? All right, so you're gonna come and say, hey, what's this about? And that happened to us over numerous times over the years, man. When they say, hey, man, hey, psst, hey, you know you're Israelite? We weren't doing that 100% of the time. Every once in a while we say, hey, you'll know you're Israelite, but we weren't like, hey, come here. I'm gonna tell you a secret. You know you're Israelite, sister. Yeah, you look kind of sad, brother. Oh man. Hey, don't cry, man. Hey, you know you're Israelite. You know, we don't do nothing like that, man. All right. You dropped your ice cream cone, brother. You know you're Israelite. We don't do nothing like that, man. All right, but I'm just mocking vocab. I'm mocking how these people, man, they just, this ridiculous, man. All right. somebody come us and they catching hell and everything, and they come to us and ask a question. We'll tell them why they going through that. Why? Because they done the curses of Deuteronomy 28, you know. And we'll explain it further to them and stuff like that, you know. And all right, but let me show you something else. All right, some people, they already know they're Israelites, man. Some so-called Native Americans, just like you got some so-called Negroes. They know they're Israelite. They know they actually from the tribe of Judah. I interview a lot of people in my neighborhood, man. All right, they say, yeah, I know I'm Israelite. I know from the tribe of Judah. My grandmother told me that. And these people never ever seen the 12-tribe chart in their life, man. All right, so I interviewed like two people personally, and then back in 2000, I believe 2012, we was on 7th in Cottage Grove here in Chicago. It was a guy. He said he was on Moore and everything. Then he confessed. He said, yeah, my grandmother told me that we from the tribe of Judah. Okay, so this thing is real, man. All right, this is no games. We're not playing no games. Oh yeah, then my wife, her family, her family, the so-called she's Judah anyway. She's Judah, and she, Jake got Judah and Gad within their family. All right, now her family know they from the tribe of Judah. This is like the 1940s and stuff, man. Right, then her Gadite family members, the Cherokee, they knew they was Israelites, man. So this is something true and serious, man. All right. This ain't no make-believe stuff, man. Watch this from a camp for about I believe September 17th, summer 2016, along the Magnificent Mile, Soft Loop, Michigan Avenue, not that far from the Chicago Fuel Museum, those two lines and stuff. was brothers said they gonna if they get that spiritual power from a Heavenly Father, how they're gonna make those two lions come alive and chase people. All right, so we were in that area, man. All right, so this like 4 years ago. Watch this Gadite woman, so-called Native American woman, come up and say to us, and you'll hear me narrating because I what this woman say. I did this about 4 years ago. All right. You see, brother Madatia. All right, so you heard she said, man. She said she's Native American, and she knows that her people are the Israelites according to her the customs. All right. All right, so we don't go look at the Spirit bring us here, man. The prophecy of what the Spirit bring them to us, man. All right. Bring them to us, people. All right, Israelites to us, man. All right, the prophecy had to be fulfilled in Ezekiel 37 and 15. Okay. Then you have what? You have artifacts. Okay. Let me get this scripture. Alright, my favorite one. Alright, it's Psalms Psalm 75 and 11. It says, truth shall spring out of the earth, and righteousness shall look down from heaven. Okay. Alright, so let's go to Chief Joseph tablet. Alright, Chief Joseph from Nez Perce people. Alright. Alright. So that's the name he's known by, what every time I get on these, there's a lot of trying to fix my internet. Every time I bring out information, and demons mess my internet. Alright. Alright, so they'll go to the Syrian tablet. Alright. Joseph's head. Alright. And this is real, man. Alright, I'm gonna come back to the image later, alright. And it's an article from Indian Country Today. Alright. And what you do, we in GMS Chicago, we pick the bones out of meat. We separate the lies from the truth. You're gonna see why. Alright, so this is from Indian Country. Alright. March 25th, 2011. Alright, said the origin of Chief Joseph Mesopotamian tablet still a mystery. When Chief Joseph, a renowned Nez Perce leader, surrendered to the Europeans in 1877, he gave a special gift to General Nelson Appleton Mills. Wrote Vine Delora Jr. his book Red Earth, White Lies. All right. But anyway, it says, all right. It said the gift received by the general was a pendant that turned out to be an ancient Mesopotamian cuneiform tablet, according to Benjamin Danali of Assyrian Times. The tablet was translated by Robert Biggs, professor of Syriology at the Oriental Institute, University of Chicago. That's here. And that museum is here. I believe it's in the High Institute University. Yeah, it's High Park. All right. Y'all come here in Chicago, High Park. That's what we teach that. We're in High Park. All right. It says Professor Biggs found that it was a sales receipt for land dating back to the year 2042 BC. All right, so 2042 years before Yahushua. All right, it says Mary, and that's what Jake did. Jake went around shopping and stuff, man. They went around travel, just like in America, But anyway, all right, that's what they did. All right, All right, so it says, let me see. It says Mary Galen, Mary Galen of Helium's History Mystery wrote, the chief said that the tablet had been passed down in his family for generations, and that they inherited from their white ancestors. We know that's a lie. All right, because first of all, the Israelites, the Northern Kingdom, was no so-called white people, Caucasian people, man. They're brown-skinned people like they are today, man. And they come in various shades of brown. All right, they have various facial features and various hair features, man. All right. So that Jeremiah 12 verse 9, they very diverse, man. All right. Well, no pale Israelites. walk around during that time. Only you be pale if you not pale, but pale if you red pale if you have leprosy, something like that, man. But other than that, no, bro. All right, no, not pale like Esau is. Man. All right, so let me see. Just bear with me, Aka. All right. All right, so it says right here. It says Chief Joseph was a man of honor. There was no reason for him to invent a flowery story about the origins of his gift. Furthermore, Gildan eliminated the possibility of forgery based on the fact that cuneiform had not been deciphered until 1846, and a potential forger would have to be familiar not only with the ancient language itself, but with the shape of the tablet created by the ancient scribe. The story of Chief Joseph tablet leads us to a mystery. How did the ancient Assyrian artifact make it to the Western Hemisphere? The scholars still scratching their heads in search of an explanation. Chief Joseph pen was not only the Mesopotamian tablet found in North America. NativeVillage.org mentioned another cuneiform tablets that were found in 19th in Georgia by Mr. Joe Hearn. It was written in Sumerian language and dated approximately about 2040 BC, according to Weird Georgia by Mark Serpent. Mark Moore. The tablet discovered by Hearn was a receipt that recorded purchase of several sheep and goats for ceremonial sacrifice. All right, so you got another tablet out there, man. Out there. It says Gloria Farley, independent researcher from Oklahoma, who was interested in pre-Columbian visitors to North America, wrote about numerous occasions in which ancient coins and other artifacts from the Mediterranean and Middle East were found in North America. One such occasion was cited by NativeVillage.org. In 1980, a small, heavy black stone found near Hodgin was brought to her for her opinion. The design resembled a flower with a complicated base, according to NativeVillage.org. Friday consulted with Dr. Barry Fell, a zoologist at Harvard, who was also an expert in ancient scripture. He concluded that the design resembles the seals from ancient Dilmun in the Persian Gulf. The description, said Dr. Fell, appeared to employ the ideographs used by Dilmun scribes, especially the ones from Aina. Aina, the gods of love, the queen. Do these discoveries bad for reevaluation of world history? Do they prove the merchants and explorers traveled between western and eastern hemisphere long before Columbus stepped his foot on American land? At the very least, they mean that they may be scholars in need to ask questions. All right, so this is legit, man. All right, this tablet. All right. Let me come back to that image, because it's something I had wanted to show you all with that. Let me see. All right, you can see this is the Mormon page, but anyway, y'all know this tablet legit. You can see designs, man. It's just that Syrian design on that item that Chief Joseph had, man. All right, all you can trace that back to Assyria, man. All right, why? Because that's where they came from. Okay. And that's how you know the so-called Native American Israelites. These artifacts, the prophecies, they fit the curses in Deuteronomy 28. All right, they fit all the curses, man. All right, it ain't take no year and a half. It ain't take no year and a half to get to Turkey or Africa, as this group like to say. You know, Fopi. You know, but that's the name, man. All right. It takes a year and a half to get to America, man. All right, it'll take no year and a half to get to Africa, to Europe, or, you know, like, come on, man. All right. And this is how you know these people are the Israelites, man. All right. And so these some of them, just like the so-called Negroes, some so-called Negroes know they're Israelites, some so-called Negroes don't. Some so-called Native Americans know they're Israelites, some so-called Native Americans don't. All right. Now, go to a video. I'm gonna come back to that video later on. All right. People think we be making up stuff. We don't make up anything, man. All right. There you go. This one I want to play, but I'm gonna read this. Let's see. All right, US. Go on. I have to read this so I won't pull my video down, you know. All right. It says copyright disclaimer in section 107 of Copyright Act 1976 allows made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational person use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All right, so this is education, and this is non-profit. I'm not any profit off this video. All right, so this is for educational purposes. All right. Now watch these two so-called Native Americans. All right. Say, all right. This is the Israel Hayom. All right. It's like anyway.
Today on Israel Hayom Insider. People lived in the Americas for around 17,000 years before Columbus arrived in 1492, but evidence suggests that there were earlier contacts with the Vikings, perhaps the Chinese, and maybe even the ancient Hebrews. In this episode of
They are the Israelites, all right, and the Vikings are Israelites, okay.
Israel Hayom Insider, we look at the surprising and still evolving relationship
The original Vikings, all right.
between Native Americans and the Jewish people. With me in the studio, Chief Joseph Riverwind, the acting principal chief, and Lara Lynn Riverwind, the tribal spokesperson of the Northern Arawak Taino Tribal Nation. How are you today?
Good.
Good. Thank you for having us here.
I want you to start in. Tell me a little bit about your background. You've got a really interesting background, combining Jewish and Native American traditions.
Absolutely. Daka Mahura, Waribo Kasike Hagwan.
Okay, how about in English?
Okay. That's a traditional way of beginning the conversation. My name is Chief Joseph of the Arawak Taino Nation, Jaguar clan, and I also have Sephardic Jewish heritage as well.
Okay.
And my people, I'm descended from the Cherokee, the Eastern Band, and my father's side was Bird Clan from Rattlesnake Mountain. And
where is that?
That's on the Cherokee Reservation. It's not actually a reservation, it's
So
Qualabam.
you have a Ephraimite, and you have his wife is a Gadite, all right? All right. All right. Now this is out of their own mouths. Okay.
Boundary in Cherokee, North Carolina. And also I have Muskogee Creek heritage, and my fire sits at Weesabolga is what we would say.
And as you were exploring your ancestry and your customs and traditions, I think you found some interesting commonalities between Jewish and Native American customs. Can you tell me about that?
Absolutely. Well, you mentioned Christopher Columbus.
And he didn't discover anything. My tribe was the one who discovered him wandering lost in the ocean.
Right.
And 1492 is when the Sephardic Jews were kicked out of Spain. Interestingly enough, it was the 9th of Av
And that was our people, man. The original Sephardic Portuguese Jews were so-called Negroes. You get a lot of brothers and sisters. Yeah, say the Sephardic Portuguese Jews were so-called white people. That's not true, man. All right, those were our people, man. That's us getting kicked out of Spain. Because the first captives that came over here from the east were the Sephardi and Portuguese Jews and the Moors and the Moriscos, all same people, just different doctrines. Also the Gypsies and Berbers, all same people, man, just different doctrines, man. All right. The Moors, Berber, Moriscos, then it was the Israelites into Islam. The Berber slaves that came over here to West Israel were Israelites that were living among the Berber people over there in particularly Northwest Africa. All right. And the Moors, like I said, Moors into Islam, right? Gypsies had their own thing, but Gypsies are Israelites. All right.
Columbus left, and on the 9th of Av he sighted our land. So a lot of the Latin, Spanish-conquered countries have a large population of Sephardic and Native American mixtures there. And as we started studying and researching a lot of our traditions, now this isn't all tribes, we don't speak for every tribal nation, but we found similarities in our linguistics. We have Hebrew words in our language, celebrations of new moon festivals.
My people have many things in common as far as the traditions and sacred things concerning, for example, there was a celebration of new moon. There was a 7th day of rest. We didn't eat swine. There were cities of refuge. We celebrated 7 sacred feasts during the year. And so there were many commonalities that we found that seemed very similar. And this is chronicled in by a man in the 1700s named James Adair. You can read about it in a book called Out of the Flame.
He was one of many, and there was
all right, now you see what she said. Now she's Cherokee. She knows the customs, history of her own people, and she brought a fact about that author James Adair, because later on in the video with Vocab alone and Phil Fox, all right. And they said, oh, they read this book and this and this and that. Here go a Cherokee woman telling you that the things that James and Dare said in his book is true, man. All right.
And by the name of Rabbi Manasseh ben Israel, back in about 200-300 years ago, who also believed that there was a connection between the scattering of the tribes and the First Nations people.
So the theory would be that when the 10 lost tribes were scattered, some of them ended up coming to America. Is that the idea?
It's a possibility.
It's a possibility.
They did.
Like I said, there's so many things in the traditions, the customs, the spirituality that just go beyond coincidence.
For example, my people's traditional name, the Cherokee's traditional name for ourselves is Anikaduaya, which means the principal people of Yah.
And the Cheyenne tribe in the Americas called themselves Tsitzitsa, which means people of the fringes.
Really?
And their cousin tribes, the Shoshone, whose symbol is a rose, we find...
Shoshone means first. All right, means first, man. All right, we do the above all people. That's in Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 2. Okay. And then you go to Exodus 4:22. You'll see what Yahweh says. All right. It says right here. Let me get this. It says, Exodus chapter 4, verse 22, it says, and thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, thus said Yahweh, Israel is my son, even my firstborn. All right. So, people try to come against the truth, man. And all you doing, man, just you helping us with the truth. So, thank you, Vocab alone, for your blunder. All right.
Shoshana, which is a rose.
Now you've brought with you some traditional instruments. I hope you'll be able to sing for us at the end of the video.
There you go, man. All right, now let me show this video. I'm trying to think. This video is on my old site. All right, let's see more. Alright. Let's see. All right, yeah, this from the guy that sits in Alaska that IUIC was interviewing. All right, and again, the clips are for educational reasons. All right, I made no profit out of them. Okay.
His skin is chocolate brown, chocolate.
Let's get to that part. Now watch this guy that sister say.
Stone that was found in New Mexico. The oldest rendition of the Ten Commandments was actually found in the lower 48 continental United States back in ancient times, right? And it's all written in Paleo Hebrew. So how would that be possible if you guys were here by yourself? Where would they get Hebrew from? Because that's what one of the language they would speak.
What I believe about that is, so I always have these happenstance meetings, which I know they were designed that way, but a bunch of people that were.
And she writes, man, Most High make her come meeting these various people, man. All right, how else he sets that up so that you could to verify that you are the Israelites, talking so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Most High controls that. All right.
Okay. They were Jewish priests. They happened to get caught in a snowstorm, and we just happened to be at this restaurant, and they came in, and they don't eat hamburgers and things like that, but that's where they had to go. And so they sat at the table with us, and they were asking me, do you sing your language and everything? And they asked me to sing, and we're in this restaurant, and I'm like, okay. And so I sang a little bit for them, and the priests were just going, they were like getting goosebumps and everything, and he was like, the word that you say, weya, the heya, it's ancient Hebrew. It's a form of dialect that's illegal for us. That was illegal for us to speak.
See that? Illegal for us to speak. Lashawan Kadash, Paleo Hebrew, is illegal to speak.
All right. So that Paleo Hebrew, man. All right, and you go to let's go here, GMS, Mississippi, Lost Lunar Stone. All right, so this is something you can't deny, man. There's too much evidence of that. And then go to brother from Mississippi, Kazakh. All right, he went down there to decipher the Lost Lunar Stone. See, this was Vocab alone don't do. We show all the evidence. He just give his vain thoughts. And vain means empty thoughts. All right, I mean useless, man. All right, but again, his job's to be the devil, the deceiver. All right, our jobs is to be the truth revealers. All right, this is brother Kazakh. This is Los Lunas in Mexico. Until there's one thing, these people, the bugged out jakes and these aboriginal movements and stuff, you like to talk shit about us stuff. Hey man, we out here doing hours of research, going to books, look at the information. And right here, you got a brother Kazak. He went to one of those, to decipher one of the artifacts. What you got to show for it? Nothing. All right. So you are the Israelites, man. You ain't no Indians, man. What I mean, that Indians, you, this your land, America, but your heritage go back to Israel, man. All right. Talking to other butt out branch of Gadites and Reubenites who like to come against the light-skinned Gadites and Reubenites here in America, man. All right. All right. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna play this.
Oh, read the words as we go along. All right. Anakia, I am Yahweh, the Lord's name, the Most High's name.
Hold on, I thought we don't read Hebrew. I thought we can't speak and read Hebrew. Obviously we can. All right.
All right. Alayaka, your God. All right. So I am Yahweh, your God. Ashar, that. Ma Wataza'atyaka, which brought you Ma Arataza out the land. Let's see, Matazarium, and it's hard to kind of read it right here, okay, because it's kind of broken up. All right, but Matazarium, so out of the land of Egypt. All right, Mabayath, out of the house. Abadium, of slaves or of bondage. All right, so I am Yahweh, your God or your power, that or which brought you out the land of Egypt, out of the house of slaves or out of the house of bondage. All right. All right. In this line here, all right, it says La'ah, which means not. Yahaya, not there be. Alahayim.
There you go. All right. Hey, the brother Kazak killed it, man. All right, the brother's just real, man. He's real deep, man. All right, brother. Hey, you learn a lot from him, man. I learned a lot from him, you know. And, you know, so just because you know what I mean, you, and a brother younger than me, and I learned from him, man. All right, you gotta put that pride. No, you too young to teach me. And shut up, man. All right. Hey, Yahweh was 12 years old. He was dealing with the elders in the community. His mother and father's looking for him, man. Now be those the Levite priests, man. All right, he's 12 years old, man. And they was fascinated how much knowledge he had. All right, so it ain't about no age thing, man. Okay.
Against the indigenous population,
All right, so they talking about the prophecy Genesis 49:19. Okay. So we gonna play this.
and be kind of like they usually term it the way when you start waking up is when Jesus is getting close to coming back. Although they don't call him Jesus. Genesis 49:19. Gad, a troop shall overcome. Now listen to this. The troop that overcame the tribe of Gad was the United States Cavalry. This war began with the landing on Plymouth Rock in 1620 and ended at the Battle of Wounded Knee in 1890. With these 200 years, the so-called white man has murdered well over 77 million Indians.
Now watch Phil Fox. Watch how the slave mind. Watch how the slave psyche kicks in a couple. You'll see it in a couple seconds and minutes. All right, about the prophecy of Gad. Watch this. And he's reading from somebody's site. I don't know what site he might be reading from. He might be reading from IUIC site. I'm just guessing on anything. But anyway. All right, now watch this.
They murdered countless men, women, and children to occupy stolen lands and establish church and state. quote, but he shall overcome at the last. They're quoting Genesis 49:19. The tribe of Gad shall overcome America and all the nations with the second coming of the nation of Israel's Messiah, Jesus Christ. So we'll just stop right there real quick. So out of Genesis 49:19, when Jacob is calling his 12 sons together towards the end of his life, this is sort of in the presence of Joseph once they're in Egypt, and he gives these kind of crypto prophecies about each son and says, Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. They interpret that as the United States cavalry will defeat his descendants, but then when Yahushai or Jesus comes back.
Watch this. Watch this. Watch that slave. Watch that Willie Lynch programmer kicks in with Phil Fox. Watch this.
Then Gad will overcome the United States. So what they would do is,
this man laughed at the prophecy of him overcoming his oppressors. See, Jake is sick, man. And you Akim, Akwa, you brothers and sisters, hey man, rejoice in your house that you got the truth, man, because our people is truly gone, and that's an example of it. All right, it says Isaiah chapter 1 verse 5. It said, "Why should be stricken anymore, and would ye be revoked more and more? The whole head is sick, the whole heart is faint, man." All right, so Jake is sick, man. All right, Jake is sick, spiritually sick, man. All right, we get this Isaiah 1:3. It said, "The ox knows his owner, and his ass his master crib, but Israel does not know. My people do not consider." This guy, he's not considering, man. All right, he just laughed at it, scoffed. All right. A sinful nation, a people of labor iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters, they have forsaken Yahweh, they have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger, they are gone away backward. And that guy is backwards, man. All right.
you notice though,
He got a problem saying we're Israelites, but he don't got no problem pushing this plantation Christianity. He got a problem, prophecy of being liberated, but he has no problem of being in captivity, and that's the slave, man. And you so-called Gadites, all right, I mean, not so-called Gadites a lot. These so-called Native Americans or American Indians, whatever you be, all right, that's not your true names, all right. You Gadites, all right. You can scoff all that you do, all that you want, man. All right, this those who like to doubt everything, man. All right, there's nothing you could do against the truth, man. Talking to 2/3 of our people, because our own people are our worst enemies, man. And it goes back to Tiberius, man. He helped sack Jerusalem, and this guy was an Israelite, man. You have many examples of that, man. Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom, man, that helped Esau, man. You always had turncoats in Israel, all right? But this guy, he's damaged, man. He is damaged. All right, he's damaged beyond repair, man. All right, and he laughed at it, but you go to Genesis 4:19. I'm just gonna go over it, man. All right, I'm gonna link it up with the other prophecies and see this what vocab alone does. All right. This how much time I got. Perfect. All right. Became for a couple months. I became Brother Uriah, long-winded. No, I love that brother. All right. But it said Genesis 4:19. Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at last. What you think that's it? What you think that is, man? All right, troop. All right. Got army, band, complement, troop, robbers. Alright, band, troop, marauding, raiding, band division, foray, raid. Alright. Alright, get a troop. Show come, got what? Alright, yeah, get right here. Alright. God. Troop. Alright. Alright, so then see Gawad. Alright. Go crowd upon invade. It says right here to crowd upon attack, invade, overcome. Invade with troops. Invade to attack. Alright. To press the urge upon to invade him. Alright. Alright. So you can see it right here, man. It means to invade, to come upon people, man. Alright, so it's like these Christians, and they don't know the Bible, man. Alright, what do Yahusha say? Which vocab alone don't he don't read. He not going these probably Revelation 13 and 9 and 10. It said, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that lead to captivity shall go into captivity. He that killed with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patient faith of the saints. The saints are Israelites. Read that Deuteronomy 33, verse 1 to 5. All right. It said, he that lead to captivity shall go in captivity. All right. You know, okay, try to twist it around.
Strong's G 161. Achmalosia.
Akmalasia, all right? Captivity. You don't say nice cushy pillow or anything. All right? And they got this thing, replacement doctrine, really just add on to the word. We'll tell you don't do that. Deuteronomy chapter 4. Must be killed. With he that kills with the sword must be killed. So who kills with the sword? Esau and the rest of the nations, man. Must be killed, all right? And it's going to happen when Yahushua come back, man, all right?
Strong's G 615. Apartino.
Whoa, it says right here, to kill outright, figure to destroy, put to death, kill, slay. All right? So this is what happens when Yahushua comes back. Yahweh sends Yahushua comes back, man. This is in the New Testament, man. All right. But this is what Vocab not going to do it, right? Because Vocab job is to be the deceiver. That's his job, man. All right. And you read all throughout history, the so-called Native American always went up against the U.S. Army. And this is how you know this prophecy in Genesis 49 is talking about the Gadites over here in the Western Hemisphere, man. All right. Yeah, I know about Gadites. Hell, my family, some Gadites from overseas, man. All right. But we don't fit the prophecy here in the Western Hemisphere, man. The so-called Native American brothers do. All right. All right. This is U.S. Army historical rival with Native American. Great. Alright, so you always see, that's how you know Genesis 40:19 fits these people, man. They always into conflict with them, man. Alright, because they the Israelites. And that's just a picture idea of the war. Alright, Cussers led charge, right? Because back then, when, as far as I know, with no cell phone, nothing like that. They might have had the little old cameras and stuff, right? So the tribe of Gad, so-called Native American, they always get into Esau. Esau first started come over here, and it really started before the 1600s. It started in 15, right? All right. Some incidents, all right. All right. So, it said from the moment English colonists arrived at Jamestown, Virginia, in 1607, they challenged his relationship with Native American, right? Tribe of Gad were driving on land 1,000 years of time. Millions of indigenous people scattered across North America, 100 different tribes between 1622 and the late 19th century. A series of wars known as American Indian War took place between Indians and Americans that remained over land controlled. All right. All right, and you can read all this stuff about the different wars. All right, in the Pequot, they got sold to slavery. Over the other side. Okay, you got different. They constantly getting into it with Esau, man. And what Esau do is send his army, man. All right. All right. Then you had some white people in the middle of it, man. King George, so-called black man. All right. That's the script, man. Hey, Deuteronomy 28:54. It's actually evil towards the brother, man. You know. But guarantee you, Esau, he benefited from the conquering and enslavement of the so-called Native Americans, man. All right. What he did, he had Jake come over here and set up slave ports and stuff. The Huguenots. All right, the Huguenots. All right, well, Moriscos and Morano Jews, man, they set up those slave ports, enslaved their own people, the so-called Native American here in Americas, and the so-called Negroes from West Africa, man. And then Esau betrayed them and put them in slavery along with their own people. All right. Paul Revere, Daniel Boone, those were Huguenots, man. Those were so-called Negroes, right? It's like from the Southern Kingdom, man, but they, all right. But Esau took over, man, and betrayed him, right? So you always see a conflict between Esau and Esau, so-called white man, and the tribe of Gad, so-called Native Americans. Also, right here, the tribe of Reuben, all right, the so-called Seminole Indians, all right. Folks, they separate they said tribe of Reuben, they belong to Creeks. All right, you got different families, man. All right, and now the so-called Seminole Indians are Reubenites is prophecies, man. All right, that's how you identify it too. Ain't no insult or anything. You got different branches of family, man. Cause now he gonna try to let me show you what hope it stays on here. Let's see, vocab. DNA, ain't no DNA gonna tell you it's like, alright. Anyway, something I had wanted to show you all. And here you go everything going chaotic in the world and stuff with this vaccine and Crown 19 disease. The freedoms of people gonna be gone soon, and he worrying about us, man. There's something I had wanted to show you. He got like a thing about the tribe of Reuben. He's so fixated that he could cut us with Reuben. His own breakdown with Reuben. All right, let me get back on here. Maybe it's a link or something to one of the sites. Oh, come on, man.
So, partially what would happen is he gets Nate, you know.
All right, let me see if I can find oh, this is a YouTube channel. So. It's a lot, just bear with me, y'all. Man, nobody care about no lift, man. Alright. Oh, it ain't on here. Alright. Well, you know what? Well, he got Vocab Baloney got a show coming up soon. But so-called Simeonians, Trapper Ruby, he tried to debunk us with that. Here's Vocab. Seminole. Seminole Indian. Alright. So that was let's see. That show was a month ago, alright. Alright, so this is the upcoming show. But see, we know the history of the so-called Seminole Indians, those and brothers, and there's like camps. So he tried to cut us this thing. The so-called Seminole Indians are the low people with a low number. You know, how could they be the tribe of Reuben? Blah blah blah. So, that's the next video. Waiting on him to make a blunder again. You know. Yeah. Seminoles are Hebrews from the tribe of Reuben with Mr. Fox. All right, so he trying to get a guy brother with him to make it seem like he well, the whole purpose is to get this so-called Native American brothers, got a brother with him, so he can make it seem everything he says is legit, but it's not, you know. Oh man, but there's nothing you could do against the truth, man. You get all the 2/3 you want. All right, but that's what Vocab wants. He loves Israelites that don't know better, that are dead zombies. All right, he loves that, man. All right, Esau likes that. All right. But there's nothing you could do against this truth, man. All right. Where does this thing go? Whatever, man. All right. All right, Luke 21:15. All right. It said Luke 21:15, for I will give you a mouth and wisdom which all your adversaries, mean enemies, shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. All right, so there's nothing you can do against this truth, man. All right. You already know weapon. All right. No weapon shall prosper. Isaiah 54:17, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. Every tongue that rises against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of Yahweh, and their righteousness of me, said Yahweh. All right. Okay, so there you go, man. All right, so there's nothing they could do against us, man. All right, there's nothing against the main thing what I meant, there's nothing they could do against this truth, man. You could do all this stuff. You could hurry up and get some so-called Native American, some bugged out Native American who don't know what the heck is going on, man, and take advantage of him trying to come against us, but it's not gonna work, man. And this guy on the left, man, he should know better, man. He should know better not to trust a Edomite so-called white man, pale face, man. But I could tell you, man, the three the three biggest COONS the tribes of Israel is Judah, Benjamin, Gad, with a couple bit more than three, but the biggest tribe is Judah, Benjamin, Gad. Then you got Issachar, and then you got Ephraim, man. Those the big top COONS of the nation of Israel, man. All right. Well, I said nothing you could do against this truth, man. So I'm in this, and Shalom. The mic been dropped.